So, I saw Send Help. Right now, I've got the Wikipedia page for Sam Raimi pulled up, and I'm skimming his filmography where he was either the director, the writer, or a combination of both. Hot dog, what a filmography. There's the Evil Dead films, 1, 2, and Army of Darkness, the first 2 Spider-Man films, and Drag Me to Hell, just to name a few of my favorites. His work across the board is darkly comic and mischievous, and I'm very much here for it. So, when I first saw the trailer for this film, I got excited. His last couple of films were okay, if a bit waning, and the thing before my eyes looked like a return to form. Something that I would absolutely want from a Sam Raimi flick. As is the trajectory of some of my favorite filmmakers in these modern times, what I ultimately saw ended up being a relatively mixed bag. And I will elaborate after this sip. The story of Send Help is fairly simple on paper. Linda Little, played by Rachel McAdams, is a bookish and slovenly office worker who is up for the big promotion, which she loses when the CEO's son takes over the company and encounters her more disgusting qualities. Bradley Preston, the CEO's heir, played by Dylan O'Brien, decides to throw Linda a bone despite all this and take her on a business trip to woo a major client. He's not convinced that she's going to pull through, and he's using it as an excuse to unceremoniously fire her. Well, that doesn't get to happen. The plane crashes in a spectacular manner, and these two forces of nature, Linda Little and Bradley Preston, find that they'll need to cooperate if they have any hope of getting off the island or getting home. They land on an island. You get what I mean. If the description above doesn't immediately read Sam Raimi, then you'll have an idea of my issue with the film. Sam Raimi's influence feels superficial here, being mostly relegated to some jump scares, a few gory moments, and playing up Linda's repulsive qualities in the very beginning. He wasn't a writer on this picture, and there are large swaths of the runtime where that's just obvious. There was a particularly fun and nasty creature encounter when Linda and Bradley finally make it to the island that got my hopes up, but the rest of the movie never really brought that same level of crazed horror that I was expecting going into this. A few moments later on got close, but when the credits finally rolled, I found myself sitting back and wondering if I had missed a reel from the film. I know it's all digital these days, so lay off. I'm a former projectionist on real film, with real film. So lay off me. I'm trying to be funny here. The acting wasn't nearly as mixed a bag as the writing itself, which went a long way, honestly, for yours truly. Rachel McAdams was great in this. Full stop. And, Dylan O'Brien was no slouch either. Her survivalist go-getter persona played very well against his tech bro nastiness. And at every turn, I reveled in this growing antagonism between the two of them. It was delicious. When they finally did clash near the end of the movie, it was fine. But again, going back to my previous note, it was still missing something. Something from Raimi, that Raimi touch. If I struggle here, if you've noticed that, it's because there's just this little thing, this spark that just, again, I kept searching for and kept expecting and never quite got it. But acting was really good across the board. Ultimately, I would give this movie a 2 out of 5 stars if I'm doing the 5-star rating. And while that might seem pretty harsh, I want to point out that I'm comparing this to movies like The Evil Dead and Drag Me to Hell. Drag Me to Hell very specifically. And what I loved about those, I didn't see here. And I think that's where I'm ultimately stopped up in this whole review. I mean, maybe I'm expecting too much here, and honestly, I would be curious to see or hear or read what you think. If you disagree with me, perfect. Would I recommend this? Yeah, actually, I still would. Maybe if we got into 1-star territory, I might not recommend something, or if we get to 0, I wouldn't recommend it then. But even on the 1-star reviews, I still think there's at least something to pull from it. And in this case, the 2 stars is close to mid here, just a little shy of it. There's still fun stuff in here. And if you gather your friends together and watch it some weekend evening, you're going to have a really fun time. But if you are a diehard Sam Raimi fan and you just love his DNA in his classic films, then you're gonna find yourself wanting here. So, that's it. That's all I got for this movie's review. Guess I'll see you guys around. Enjoy.